Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, October 26th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 640 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Japan's Princess Mako marries years after pain of rumors. Donald Trump Jr. Sick stunt earns him scathing new nickname from New York Daily News. Princess Mako leaves Japan's royal family to marry college boyfriend. In Louisiana, a father, a son and a culture of police abuse. Laura Ingraham airs misleading images, mocks fact-checkers for busting her. TikTok star pleads not guilty to double murder in San Diego. A Colorado hiker lost for 24 hours, ignored rescuers' attempts to reach them because they didn't recognize the phone number. Northport Police Department admits to costly mistake in Brian Laundrie investigation, no case is perfect. Massive storm brings Lake Tahoe's water levels back above natural rim. Teenager found guilty in Loudoun County bathroom assault. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Ex-South Korean President Roh Tae-woo dies at 88, Associated Press. Pete Carroll, I've been here a long time, I probably wouldn't have without Russell Wilson, NBC Sports. Rust director told authorities Alec Baldwin was practicing drawing his gun when weapon discharged, CNN. The $1,800 Sony Xperia Pro iPhone has a 1-inch camera sensor and a dual aperture, CNET. U.S. insists it wasn't given heads up before Israel blacklisted Palestinian groups, The Times of Israel. Japan's Princess Mako loses royal status after marrying a commoner, NPR. Astros Lance McCullers Jr. ruled out for World Series, New York Post. King County businesses worried vaccine verification will lead to fewer customers, Como News. 2 people killed, 4 injured in shooting at Boise Mall, suspects also wounded, in hospital, Idaho statesman. Sudan's military dissolves transitional government in coup, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. The segregationist-inspired law that Biden just cannot quit. 7 mindless habits that are making you unproductive at work. Hot take, Twizzlers are actually the best Halloween candy. Are expensive stem cell skin care products a total scam? Seth Meyers shames biggest morons in politics over bombshell January 6th report. Lost tiger ignores phone calls from rescuers for most relatable reason. The Muppets Electric Mayhem drop epic cover of a rock classic. GOP lawmaker with white nationalist ties posts bonkers meme of himself. How dumb are they? Stephen Colbert describes the stupidity of GOP insurrectionists. Anti-vax Krasvile, Miami Herald pulls no punches with stinging Governor DeSantis editorial. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Cops investigate death of arm. Patrol investigates after truck runs over man. Boy creates his own Jurassic World. Online threat prompts early dismissal at school. Police and city leaders launch watch groups. Attorney General reaches settlement in lawsuit. Med. Examiner, boy killed same time as mother. Judge denies stay of execution request for group of inmates. State agencies help after toddler tests positive. Man faces 16 counts of animal cruelty. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. China to lock down city of 4 million over outbreak. Long COVID and the blind spots of American medicine. Eating in Midtown Manhattan. Build Back Better has some fans in Manchin's backyard. These children were beaten to death. Could they have been saved? Kyle Rittenhouse and the new era of political violence. Cori Bush and AOC are right about January 6 and 1866. Persistent inflation threatens Biden's agenda. Why McAuliffe isn't mentioning Biden in Virginia governor race. Faster buses on Fifth Avenue, not if business leaders get their way. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. CNN's Chris Cuomo has ignored calls to journalistically repent since being accused of sexual harassment. RNC Chairwoman McDaniel, Virginia voters are drawn to Youngkin because they know McAuliffe's track record. Sinema confronted in airport for second time this month, don't touch me. Alec Baldwin's Rust shooting accident, prop master advocates for stricter guidelines, frequent safety checks. Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos legally people, U.S. judge. Bill Hagerty, immigration provision in reconciliation bill will set back American workers. Brian Laundrie, notebook found near remains may be salvageable, police say. The curse of politics, Biden, like Trump, becomes target of growing vitriol. Greg Gutfeld, Alec Baldwin shooting was a sad, but preventable, tragedy. No mandate Monday takes hold at California HS. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, October 26th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Walter Smith dead, former Everton, Rangers and Scotland boss dies aged 73. Drivers facing winter of record fuel prices, cost of petrol could soar to 150p a litre, it is warned. 30 Britons stuck in Afghanistan plead for help getting them and their families to the UK. Breaking, Border Force responds to urgent incident off the Essex coast near Felixstowe. Animal rights activists climb Home Office and DEFRA building in London. Armistice Day funeral for veteran Dennis Hutchings who caught COVID during Trouble's trial. Laura Tobin gets the giggles during ITV forecast after Ram carries her away while she's live. Ireland Baldwin slams Candace Owens' attack on dad Alec and vows to take a social media break. Cladding hit flat owner to send repair bills to developer after floor collapses. Convicted rapist, 80, snared by pedophile hunter posing as teenage girl is spared jail due to COVID. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The indisputable harm caused by Facebook. Australia pivots on climate with 2050 net zero target, but won't adopt steeper 2030 commitment. COVID-19 cases spike in Belgium, government poised for action. Iran's role in attack on U.S. troops in Syria signals new escalation. Moderna to supply Africa with up to 110 million COVID doses. Protesters burn tires, block roads in Sudan a day after coup. Ex-South Korean President Roh Tae-woo dies at 88. Bucking tradition, Japanese Princess Mako marries controversial fiancé, loses royal status. Pakistan, China urge world to send humanitarian aid to Kabul. What is Donovanosis? So-called flesh-eating steez sparks fears in Britain, but case numbers are low. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Australia commits to 2050 net zero emissions plan but with no detail and no modeling. Coronavirus news live, Bulgaria and Ukraine set new record COVID deaths, NZ to set vaccine mandates for 40% of workforce. How the U.S. fails to take away guns from domestic abusers, these deaths are preventable. Native American groups capitalize on record donations to confront chronic hardship. Amazon to host classified material for MI5, MI6 and GCHQ. All-time low, U.S. rock band deny allegations of sexual misconduct. FDA to debate authorizing Pfizer's COVID vaccine for kids aged 5 to 11. Japan's Princess Mako marries in modest ceremony and loses royal status. Boom time for Cape Verde sea turtles as conservation pays off. World Series 2021 predictions, will the Astros roar back from their cheating scandal? The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. The type of gun used in most U.S. homicides is not an AR-15. Japan's Princess Mako marries commoner, loses royal status. Wuhan police search for man who killed 7, jumped off bridge. Hong Kong convicts second person under national security law. YouTube, TikTok, Snap execs face senators on kid safety. Civil rights pioneer seeks expungement of 55 arrest record. 2 dead, 4 injured in shooting at mall in Boise. Jury selection in Ahmaud Arbery's Lane crawls into second week. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Berlin attack, first aider dies 5 years after Christmas market murders. Japan's Princess Mako, the woman who gave up royal status to marry. Japan's Princess Mako finally marries commoner boyfriend Kei Kimuro. Climate change, Australia pledges net zero emissions by 2050. Sudan coup, protests continue after military takeover. Eco-friendly sex, what is it and how does it impact on climate change? Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos unveils plans for space business park. Chappelle slams cancel culture amid Netflix transgender furor. Why I returned to Boko Haram and how I escaped. Climate change, 4 things you can do about your carbon footprint. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Manatees die in record numbers amid food scarcity. Climate change concerns majority in U.S., AP NORC Epic Poll. AP Top Stories October 26. On this day, October 26, 2004. How a domestic violence survivor got the help she needed to break a generational cycle. Alabama to fight Biden executive order on vaccine requirements, Moderna says kids' vaccine is safe, COVID-19 updates. Don't think I'll ever step foot in that mall again, Boise, Idaho, shooting leaves 2 dead, suspect arrested. Brian Laundrie's initial autopsy inconclusive on cause of death, family attorney says. Critics, Louisiana State Police culture broken. Take this seriously, New York, New Jersey declare emergencies as California bomb cyclone storms move east. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 18-year-old man arrested on suspicion of murder after fatal crash in Venice. Protests continue against UTC.mp4 new chapter following drugging, sexual assault allegations. After a series of stormy superlatives, California settles back into a more seasonable pattern. Carson smell persists as fed-up residents confront elected officials. Former USC dean pleads not guilty in Mark Ridley Thomas bribery case. Not even record-breaking rainstorm will end California's drought, experts say. 3 found dead at Balboa Island home in possible drug overdose. California rains break all-time records, spurring floods and mudslides. Photos, storm slams northern California with flooding and debris flows, head towards SoCal. California rainstorm drenches LA County after setting records in north. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 26th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Japan's Princess Mako finally marries commoner boyfriend, gives up royal title. Sudan, more than 1 million people take to the streets against coup. Taxi driver released from Guantanamo Bay after 17 years of brutal torture with no charge. In Kashmir, students who celebrated Pakistan's victory in cricket match booked under anti-terror law. Cambodia says 45 items in Met likely stolen from ancient sites. U.S. warns China and Russia against bullying other nations. Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen warns companies encryption will aid espionage by hostile nations. Australia has joined the world in promising to make the nation carbon neutral by 2050, ahead of a global climate change summit. Endangered whale population sinks close to 20-year low. Austrian government proposes law to legalize assisted suicide. Facebook has removed a video from its platform that featured Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro linking COVID-19 vaccines to the onset of AIDS. The Russian-based agency that orchestrated last year's SolarWinds cyber attacks, Nobelium, has hit hundreds more companies and organizations, according to Microsoft. The company said it believes the activity shows Russia is seeking to grab a technological foothold in the U.S. $200 million in gold extracted by Amazon mining company using illegal licenses, an amount equivalent to 3 tons of gold removed from inside a conservation area. Officials, Iran behind drone attack on U.S. base in Syria. German police stop far-right vigilantes patrolling Polish border. The next headlines are from Forbes. Disneyland ticket and parking prices rise for first time since February 2020. Theo's virtual chocolate tasting is a sweet consequence of COVID-19. New international tax deal is bad news for U.S. taxpayers. Japan's Princess Mako marries longtime boyfriend in low-key ceremony, gives up royal status. Here's when Cowboy Bebop's first trailer drops. China adds new billionaire couple for medical industry. Hong Kong tightens COVID rules, despite no local outbreaks, as it bids for quarantine-free travel with China. WWE Raw results, winners, news and notes on October 25, 2021. Fossil fuel production, dilemma, to cut back or top up. Google's news showcase teaches executives what not to do. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COP26, set a minimum global carbon price for emissions. Predatory publisher's latest scam, bootlegged and rebranded papers. Thousands of new and improved mineral symbols. Air quality, WHO guidelines could deepen inequities. Daily briefing, mRNA vaccines beyond COVID. Academia's ableist mindset needs to change. COP26 Climate Summit, a scientist's guide to a momentous meeting. Politicians shouldn't meddle, new chief of Europe's major research funder shares priorities. A massive effort links protein coding gene variants to health. Mysterious alien beacon was false alarm. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,740,466,035 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Chihlava Documentary Festival chief on ramping up competition section, shifting focus to artisans. Oscars race, Paolo Sorrentino's The Hand of God to represent Italy. HBO Max Europe launch, service debuts aggressive half-price offer in Nordics, Spain. Kate Bosworth, Thomas Kretschmann sci-fi thriller Sentinel wraps production, AFM bound. Dune, The French Dispatch, the last duel among competition lineup for Khmer Image. Global box office recovery is accelerating as China delivers one-third of 2021 revenue, says analyst. The Crown Season 5 could feature Princess Diana panorama interview. The Posies end a 35-year run after sexual misconduct accusations against co-founder Ken Stringfellow. Rust assistant director's previous crew members detail another incident of an unexpectedly discharged firearm. Director Denis Villeneuve and Warner Brothers want to make Dune Part 2, so why hasn't the sequel been announced yet? The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A look at the group supporting school board protesters nationwide. College enrollment has plummeted during the pandemic. This fall, it's even worse. If NASA greenlights this interstellar mission, it could last 100 years. ERs are now swamped with seriously ill patients, but most don't even have COVID. Lawmakers are considering awarding Prince with a Congressional Gold Medal. Hollywood stars say they are stunned by mismanaged set in fatal prop gun shooting. Japan's Princess Mako loses royal status after marrying a commoner. The coup in Sudan could threaten U.S. influence in a strategically important region. Chappelle is unapologetic in his first public statement on the Closer controversy. Read Dave Chappelle's response to backlash over Netflix comedy special The Closer. The following headlines are from The Week. Toddlers terrible, horrible, no good, very bad political books. The best 2021 horror movies to watch for Halloween. Why does wokeness drive me crazy? Biden reportedly ready to nominate 2 FCC commissioners as open seats threaten GOP takeover. Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, and Jimmy Kimmel survey the sad lineup of newly outed January 6 GOP lawmakers. Senate confirms voting rights advocate to Second Circuit Federal Appellate Court. Dads on duty show Louisiana high school students they have someone in their corner. Tesla becomes world's first trillion-dollar automaker on huge Hertz order, European sales benchmark. Rust Gaffer calls out producers who save a dime by hiring inexperienced crew. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas is watering down federal infrastructure funds. Dan Patrick's critical erasure. The next headlines are from Universe Today. A new climate model suggests that Venus never had oceans. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, October 26th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Flashing star in autumn, here are 3 candidates. True polar wonder, a shift 84 million years ago. Double cluster in Perseus on October evenings. The next news is from Politico. Erdogan backpedals, says U.S. envoy, 9 others can stay in Turkey. Rich countries break $100 billion annual climate pledge. As EU seeks talks, Poland risks unraveling the bloc's legal order. This could be the ballgame. Biden goes all in on Virginia. Liberals grit teeth as their priorities fall by wayside. Tiny Nicaragua is becoming a big problem for Joe Biden. 15 races to watch on Election Day. White House builds bridges with one of Black community's most powerful groups. Biden expected to name 2 FCC picks in race to avert Republican majority. Facebook looking for its voice at a watershed moment. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Sutton, unvaccinated tennis players could be possible. Jail sale won't be a hard sell. ABC boss defends decision to pay Louise Milligan's $200,000 defamation costs. As it happened, Crown found to be unfit to hold Melbourne casino license. Victoria records 1,510 new local COVID-19 cases, 4 deaths. NSW records 282 new cases, 1 death. Australia's travel lane with Singapore to open on November 8. Ashes lure for ex-Test Quartet Sheffield Shield opener. Alarmist or accurate? How the Burnett's COVID-19 modeling stacks up. Crunch time is the person, Coroisa, Pierce and Johns decide futures. Patrick Stevedores applies to tear up pay deal for more than 1,000 war fees. Public must be protected from unsafe cosmetic surgery. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Encore, scary press reports of Social Security affect worker behavior. Companies pledged billions toward racial justice in 2020. Tracking where all the money went is almost impossible. Financial crime, snowmobiling social media prankster convicted after breaking into national forest to promote clothing brand. Market snapshot, futures point to further Wall Street records ahead of earnings onslaught. Auto Trader, RIP Land Cruiser and VW Golf, 10 car models headed to the graveyard. NerdWallet, watch out for this scam if you're buying or selling online. NerdWallet, enrolling in Medicare? Here are 6 things you need to know. Next Avenue, musician, actor, activist, writer, retirement isn't the plan for Sopranos star and E Street Band member Stevie Van Zandt. Elon Musk made $36 billion in a single day on Tesla's historic stock surge. The ECB's big meeting is in December. Here's what analysts expect at this week's gathering. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Commission finds violation of Section 337 and suspends enforcement of remedial orders pending final resolution of IPR in certain laparoscopic surgical staplers. 337 TA 1167. Intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Secondary patents in chemistry and pharmaceutics. IM. London Agreement, no preliminary injunction in lack of full Hungarian translation. IM. Mediation in patent disputes. IM. Utility model, the underestimated property right. IM. Patenting the AI pipeline, intellectual property for AI before standardization. IM. ALJ Cheney issues initial determination in certain variable speed wind turbine generators. 337 TA 1218. Intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Clint Winters and Winters Biotechnology announced dual polar TM extraction method patent filing. WFMZ Allentown. HKU launches new double degree 6858 Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Laws. Mirage News. Podcast, Talk and Trade, when Section 101 meets Section 337, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. Sub-Saharan Africa is projected to recover slowest from the COVID-19 pandemic. Why $1 billion pledged in international aid is in saving Afghans from starvation. Tesla is worth $1 trillion. Facebook's name change is not enough to fix its reputation. Facebook's metaverse is key to its survival strategy. Small-town India may hold the key to success for India's blockchain-based digital rupee. Why does India's Hindu right-wing hate the Urdu language so much? Why you're not hearing about COVID-19 outbreaks in Africa. Scientists are closely watching a new mutation of the Delta variant. Afrobeats, a global sound. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Google's Stadia pivots to being some white-label game streaming platform for others to use. Trump's broken social media venture is valued at billions of dollars and it's breaking experts' brains. New investigation shows a U.S. journalist critical of the Saudi government was hit with NSO spyware. Trump given 30 days to have his social media site comply with open source license. Daily Deal, the Unreal Engine Unity game development for beginners bundle. New report again shows global telecom networks aren't remotely secure. On a bit of plagiarism, our plagiarism collection NFT auction closed this Wednesday. After taking a couple of steps towards trimming back qualified immunity, the Supreme Court regresses to the mean. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Weather: New York City. Hannah Gadsby. Boise mall shooting. Seahawks. Joe Flacco. All-American. Tesla stock. FB stock. Weather Channel. Nets. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro censored by Facebook and YouTube again, as he falsely links COVID jabs to AIDS. Elon Musk now worth more than oil giant ExxonMobil. Not interested, Zinedine Zidane rules out Manchester United job if Solskjaer are sacked, reports. Ultra-violent Korean Netflix hit Squid Game should be banned from screens over gory violence, 1 in 4 Russians say in new poll. China unlikely to allow Australian coal imports despite mounting energy crisis, analysts. Brexit has been a catastrophe for UK, says EC Internal Market Commissioner amid fuel shortages and reports of empty shelves. Oil prices will remain high for years to come. Nigeria tries to contain rise of crypto by launching its own digital currency. 2 killed in Idaho shopping mall shooting, responding officer injured in shootout as suspects' motives and identity remain unknown. Blue Origin unveils futuristic sketches of orbital station as Jeff Bezos hopes to reimagine living and working in space by 2030. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. NYC controller predicts surge in Wall Street bonuses. Nationalism to confront globalism in Glasgow. The lost lockdown months of the COVID crisis. Fed protected man identified as mystery instigator of J6 Capitol breach. UK faces Plan B peril, COVID multiplies the economic threat. Germany to launch EU-wide military force as frustration grows after Afghan debacle. Polish PM says EU holding gun to our head over funds, could start WW3. Public health or private wealth, how digital vaccine passports pave way for unprecedented surveillance capitalism. Amnesty International to close all Hong Kong offices, citing Beijing's oppressive national security law. Identifiable harm, Biden kills JFK file release, issues baffling statement. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. The Third World Women's Alliance, lessons for today. Timeline, ASEAN tries to tackle Myanmar's worsening crisis. Indian media tycoon battles to hold on to his empire. Sudan coup, which constitutional articles have been suspended? Kashmir students who cheered for Pakistan booked under terror law. African Union to buy up to 110 million Moderna COVID vaccines. Petrobras's stock rises on Bolsonaro's privatization comments. Egypt's LCC lifts state of emergency in force since 2017. Facebook, YouTube remove Bolsonaro video over vaccine claims. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Marlow, triggered leftist Facebook employees whine to their bosses to censor Breitbart. USMC warns Marines will be kicked out for refusing the vaccine. 4 wounded, 2 killed in Boise mall shooting. Biden White House rejects Trump's latest executive privilege claims over January 6. Dem Rep Bush, any lawmakers who met with rioters should be expelled, investigated. MSNBC's Nance calls for special counsel probe on GOP reps who attempted coup. GOP congressman walks off House floor wearing "Let's Go" Brandon mask. Nigeria, prison attack frees nearly 840 inmates. CNN's Reiner, funded research that caused virus to gain function, but Fauci's testimony is true because that wasn't the intent. White House report claims climate change causing mass migration. Activists call for U.S. humanitarian visas. The next headlines are from UPI News. Uber driver wins $100,000 lottery prize between fares. Look, police rescue dog from Florida canal. Michael Jordan's rookie year shoes sell for record $1.47. Watch, Lithuanian man sits in ice for 3 hours to break world record. Police in Italian beach town return Harrison Ford's lost credit card. Watch, ER nurses get engaged in elaborate hospital roof proposal. SEAL makes rare visit to Taiwan fishing harbor. Watch, Nebraska store makes world's largest ice cream sandwich. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Michael J. Fox raises $1.5 billion to help find a Parkinson's cure. I won't stop until it happens. Johns Hopkins gets first federal grant for psychedelic treatments research. It's for tobacco addiction. Dog escapes yard and heads over to local pet spa. Wagging tail shows how much he missed it. Watch. Australian company works to make energy from nuclear fusion, but without the fiery ball of plasma. New sustainable makeup line produces cosmetics from plants instead of fossil fuels. Earliest prehistoric art discovered, and it turns out to be handprints made by children 170,000 years ago. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, October 26th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Colorado hiker, lost for 24 hours, ignored rescuers' calls because hiker didn't recognize the number. Extreme couponers were sent to prison in $31.8 million fraud scheme. Saudi Arabia to launch extreme oil-themed park as country rebrands. New York Times journalist Ben Hubbard hacked with Pegasus after reporting on previous hacking attempts. Animal welfare advocates, conservationists and scientists have carried out a 3-year effort to count every cat in the U.S. Capitol and provide an accurate estimate of the size of Washington's indoor, outdoor and shelter population, as well as the health of the city's cats. The man who built a $24 million miniature replica of Canada. Buzzards that vomit when threatened and leave piles of acidic dropping have invaded a small town and nobody knows why. Ex-Alitalia flight attendant strip in labor protest. Blue wishing seafood won't make the world more green. Egypt detains artist robot AI before historic pyramid show. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Your startup isn't ready for Europe's privacy shake-up, but here's how it can be. SharePlay is the reason for you upgrade to iOS 15.1 right now. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin unveils plans to occupy space. Why the Musk versus Bezos space feud is probably fake. Algorithms cannot replace Lewis Hamilton, even if they're faster drivers. Can art mobilize people to fight climate change? This artist thinks so. Windows XP is 20, but will Microsoft ever learn to not fix what isn't broken? Enjoy Belka VPN online protection for life for under $40. If you miss the days of the easy-to-use TV remote, this device is bringing them back. Feast your eyes on this prototype of the original iPod. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Vitamin D deficiency for the first time visible after cremation. The next headlines are from Information Week. CIO agenda, cloud, cybersecurity, and AI investments ahead. Are you hybrid cloud ready? 6 considerations to help you get there. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, October 26th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to host briefing to reveal new findings from Jupiter's atmosphere. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Texas Tech fires coach Matt Wells after 2+ mediocre seasons. Former Congressman Rob Bishop suddenly resigns from Independent Redistricting Commission. Snow, rain expected in northern Utah after strong winds. Utah Jazz love Nikola Jokic's game and hate having to face it. Police investigate after man found with gunshot wound at Amazon fulfillment center. St. George not to blame for water shortages on Colorado River, Mitt Romney says. Police, 2 dead, 6 injured in Idaho mall shooting. Residents hold spiritual walk against the White Mesa uranium mill. It's real, Utah doctors and nurses talk about treating kids sick and dying from COVID-19. West Valley City Initiative My Hometown emphasizes neighbors helping neighbors. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. China to cut fossil fuel use to below 20% by 2060. Facebook is spending at least $10 billion this year on its metaverse division. Your brain uses autocorrect to decipher language and AI just helped us prove it, new study says. Greenhouse gas levels hit a new high in 2020, even with pandemic lockdowns. Argon fluoride laser could lead to practical fusion reactors. Indeed finds that Linux users generate more, better bug reports. CPU benchmarks, pre-release Intel Alder Lake chip beats Apple's M1 Max. China locks down thousands in north to contain growing outbreak. Banning anonymous social media accounts would only stifle free speech and democracy. It's Windows XP's 20th birthday and way too many still use it. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis woman negotiates with intruder while on hold for 911. Blues beat Kings 3-0 for 5th straight win. Marmol on replacing his friend as Cardinals manager. Tracing the tornado's path of destruction in Missouri's lead belt. COVID numbers down in nearly all categories in St. Louis as holiday travel and winter loom. St. Francois County residents say Commission's plan will ruin their neighborhood. Boat trapped on chain of rocks likely sunk by storms. Brain fog set in after recovering from COVID, you're not alone, study finds. Police admit to mistaking Roberta Laundrie for Brian Laundrie during week he disappeared. Family saved by going to basement moments before Chester tornado. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Former principal remembers late UCSD freshman as well loved and respected. Ex-tribal police chief admits to stealing more than $300K in fake badge scheme. California's unemployment agency still under scrutiny as fraud payouts rise to $20 billion. Fundraiser will benefit families who lost homes in Santee plane crash. Woman's body discovered inside burning North County building. Students sue San Diego Unified claiming religious discrimination over COVID vaccine mandate. Preliminary NTSB report details final moments before plane crashed into Santee neighborhood. More than 3,200 SDG&E customers out of power as storm moves through area. TikTok star accused of killing wife, her companion in high-rise shooting. You can mix and match COVID vaccines, but should you? We asked doctors what they would do. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. 82nd Airborne test newest unmanned ground vehicles in Arizona. U.S. Navy ballistic missile submarine USS Alabama completes 100th patrol. Australian subdivision of Rheinmetall to build future fighting vehicle test chassis. The next headlines are from SUP China. Top news about China. China faces another COVID-19 spike, begins child vaccine rollout. Influx of political muscle, she pushes through controversial property tax. Mercedes-Benz hurts Chinese men's feelings with video featuring feminist comedian. Enes Kanter doubles down on China criticism, calls out other athletes. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Alameda County Fair reopens following weekend storm. Cleanup efforts continued across Bay Area after strong winds, flooding. Storm knocks down hundreds of trees, branches in San Francisco. 3 teens arrested in connection to Newark armed robberies. Haight-Ashbury shooting rattles community. Sinkhole swallows truck after storm in Daly City. DNA from rib bone leads to arrests after infant left in trash 30 years ago. TikTok star accused of killing wife, her companion in high-rise shooting. Did weekend rain have impact on Bay Area drought conditions? The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Saints capitalized on Seahawks mistakes for 13-10 win. Hanover Park man charged in I-290 shooting. Geneva School Board accepts resignation of teacher who posted rant on TikTok. Judge, no order barring Chicago Police Union from discussing vaccine order. Leiden TWP woman accused of suffocating newborn. Judge sets final ground rules for evidence at Rittenhouse trial. Why Christopher Vaughn's clemency bid is on hold. How genealogy search and DNA helped identify latest John Wayne Gacy victim. New COVID-19 infections continue on downward slope in Illinois. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. For the second year in a row, Sammamish, Washington named Best Small City in the U.S. Star-studded committee launches to boost Seattle's bid to host the 2026 World Cup. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Malau 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 2621. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6M, depth 10 km, in east of South Sandwich Islands October 26, 2021, 5:48 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Rick 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.742 million. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in South Sudan. Drought is ongoing in Cameroon, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in China, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, October 26th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Remnants of Hurricane Rick, Pacific cold front to bring weather changes. Woman killed when stolen Big Rig crashes into house in Northwest Harris County. NY woman suing Kellogg's over fruit filling in strawberry Pop-Tarts. Dancing with the Stars Horror Nights see 2 couples earn perfect scores. A statistician says Astros have 2-1 advantage to win World Series. Kids in Harris Company apartment relied on neighbors for food, while mom lived minutes away. Bear cubs playfully wrestle in snow in Lake Tahoe. 2 killed and 4 injured, including police officer, in Idaho mall shooting. Man faces assault, deadly conduct charges after road rage incident on North Freeway, deputies say. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Majority in U.S. concerned about climate, AP NORC epic poll. Myanmar skips ASEAN summit after its military ruler excluded. EU ministers debate how to tackle rising energy costs. Global shares mostly higher, tracking Wall Street rally. Mofo thanks Japan for donating 6th batch of vaccines. Tense quiet after Sudan coup, protesters block some roads. Israel envoy to brief U.S. over ban on Palestinian groups. Dutch pension fund to divest from fossil fuel producers. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. 10-digit dialing is now mandatory across NY and NJ to launch 988 National Suicide Prevention Hotline. De Blasio to ramp up school security to stem violence at schools. This is tyranny. NYC municipal workers march on City Hall to protest COVID vaccine mandate. Extra, man has ultimate food life hack, eating every meal at Six Flags for $150 a year. Southern Indian restaurant Sema opens in the West Village. Anti-vaxxers chant let Kyrie play in chaotic protest outside Barclays Center before Mets opener. Early edition, Montauk wages war with East Hampton over helicopter noise. NYC issues travel advisory ahead of Tuesday's coastal storm. Photos, all the best costumes at the 2021 Tompkins Square Halloween Dog Parade. Succession Power Rankings, Mass in the Time of War. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Bleak prospects for least developed countries. Latin America heads to Glasgow Climate Summit with half-empty hands. First person, earthquake brings out heartwarming resilience of Haitians. UN experts condemn Israel's designation of Palestine rights defenders as terrorist organizations. Middle East Green Initiative, path-breaking work to protect the planet. COP26, praise for updated national climate plans, but nowhere near goal. Disarmament week, but hundreds of nukes can be launched within minutes. UN rights experts condemn U.S. expulsion of Haitian migrants and refugees. UN chief calls for China commitment to ambitious climate goals. World's deadliest malaria parasite dominance in Africa could be over experts. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Dark journalist special JFK report, Central Intelligence Agency Biden block assassination records. Sweden indefinitely suspends Moderna shot after deadly heart condition. Joe Rogan calls Don Lemon a dumb mother for continuing horse dewormer smear. Fed protected man identified as mystery instigator of J6 Capitol breach. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Can stranded people with no cell service, dying battery still change voicemail greeting? Assistant director of Baldwin Film was fired after 2019 mishap. COVID-19 deaths on the rise as cold weather sets in. Facebook profits rise amid revelations from leaked documents. 129-year journey nears end as Friends returns Benin treasures. James Michael Tyler, who played Gunther on Friends, dies. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Cash-starved North Korea eyed in brazen bank hack. She poses as teen girls to catch pedophiles online. Trump and Youngkin could explode Dems' minds in Biden's plans. A Scottish judge could expose Donald Trump's shady golf finances. Murdered Olympic star had just decided to divorce husband over fears he would kill her. Greg Abbott is a shameless immigration hypocrite. The new side hustle, helping anti-vaxxers get religious exemptions. The harshest punishment Paul Gusser could get for January 6th. It's time we break up the Art Boys Club once and for all. Giving away a lifetime's worth of whiskey. The next headlines are from the New York Post. The last Yankees out was just the start of Charlie Hayes' best baseball dream. NFL Power Rankings for Week 8, something strange is going on. Baby in stroller killed, mother seriously injured by driver on Long Island. Manhattan investigating Leon Black over sex assault accusations, report. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Shirakawa Astronomy Complex, an observing mecca for amateurs. Looking back at the space shuttle, Challenger I, disaster. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. SpaceX to launch first all-civilian crew into orbit. Extreme weather takes aim from coast to coast. La Palma volcano eruption brings threats of volcanic ash, acid rain. What a pediatrician says about the COVID vaccine for kids. FDA nearing vaccine approval for kids between ages 5 and 11. New COVID cases surge in Eastern Europe, as region experiences worst outbreak of the pandemic. What to know about COP26 ahead of Global Climate Summit. UN reports record greenhouse gas levels despite COVID shutdowns. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Spanx founder celebrates $1.2 billion valuation by buying employees first-class tickets to anywhere, giving them $10,000 to spend. Ron DeSantis offers $5,000 bonus to out-of-state police who relocate to Florida. COVID-19 lockdown had undetectable effect on greenhouse gas buildup, as warming emissions stoked temps, report. John Wayne Gacy victim identified 45 years after being found in serial killer's crawl space. Hochul gets COVID booster at nursing school ribbon cutting in upstate NY. Hochul follows through on post-Cuomo promises to address harassment and discrimination in Albany. Anti-COVID vaccine protesters take over Brooklyn Bridge as de Blasio's mandate looms. 2 killed, several injured in shooting at Idaho Mall. Absolute worst colleges and universities for LGBTQ students named in advocacy group list, the most in 6 years. Hertz set to purchase 100,000 Teslas as rental market goes electric. The following headlines are from military.com. Walmart says it was blindsided by its ouster from TRICARE network. Bill seeks to end pink tax for women buying uniforms. Marine Corps makes it clear, get the vaccine or get out. U.S. envoy, patience with Iran wearing thin on nuclear talks. Army hits record low for training deaths for second year in a row. Ceremonies in French City mark 100 years of honoring American unknown soldier. Facebook's language gaps weaken screening of hate, terrorism. Stripping military bases of Confederate names stirs passions. A Wyoming farewell for Marine killed in Afghanistan bombing. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Last year, 69% of works performed by the 50 largest ballet companies, including Joffrey and Hubbard Street, were choreographed by men. Women in dance are trying to change that. Judge denies city's request to extend gag order against police union chief over vaccine mandate opposition. North Shore workers sue hospital system, citing religious objections to COVID-19 vaccine mandate. CPS leader cites progress in expanding COVID-19 testing in schools as CTU slams ongoing failures. Genealogy data helps authorities identify one of 6 unidentified victims of John Wayne Gacy. Chicago area storm knocks out power, slows air traffic and causes high waves in Lake Michigan, more than 4 inches of rain falls in some spots. Men shot by Rittenhouse can be described as rioters and looters but not victims, judge rules ahead of trial. Talks deadlocked between Pritzker administration and largest state employee union over vaccine mandate. Guilty verdict in double murder case allegedly tied to drug ring authorities have linked to Santamord. Legislators return to Springfield for final push on a redrawn congressional map. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Managing water resources in the low to no snow future. Pandemic's effect on scientists may be long-lasting, study finds. Climate change, human activity threaten Libyan nature reserve. Climate holdout Australia sets 2050 net zero emissions target. Asia suffered hottest year on record in 2020, UN. Rescued from extinction, bison rediscover Romania mountains. Poll, majority in U.S. concerned about climate. Nanosine therapy prevents harmful dental plaque buildup. Publication of 500-year-old manuscript exposes medieval beliefs and religious cults. Waters off French coast in winter may be a deadly trap for small, foraging turtles. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, October 26th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Does knowing your learning style help you learn better? Science says no. The benefits of CBD oil. The science behind Ouija boards. Real medical conditions that may have inspired vampire and werewolf myths. Earth sciences and the climate crisis. Oil and gas industry has suffered 800 major methane leaks since 2017. Will climate change force humans to relocate? Looking back at the Challenger disaster. The best mattresses for back and neck pain. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. UPS Q3 earnings beat estimates as revenue grows 9%. South Africa wins toss, elects to bowl against West Indies. Scottish soccer coaching great Walter Smith dies at 73. AP photos, in Gambia, Kankirang initiation rite teaches boys. iPhones, Pixels, Flips, what to know about the top smartphones of 2021. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, October 26, 2021. Horoscopes October 26, 2021, Seth MacFarlane, Learn as you go. Bridge, October 26, 2021. Ask Amy, I don't want my husband using my name anymore when he does this. Harriet Cole, she made inappropriate jokes about my mom. Miss Manners, how honest should I be when my friend says she's fat? Dear Abby, I'm done with my family's bad energy, but my sister won't back off. Best online psychic reading sites, top psychic readers of 2021. Newark, armed robbery suspects arrested in warrant searches. Man's body found inside burned Brentwood house. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Stars stunned by mismanaged set in fatal prop gun shooting. Idaho mall shooting leave 2 dead, we've got to run. Bill Haggerty challenges Bernie Sanders to oppose a limited green card giveaway in budget bill. Tackling hate crime with billboards, social media posts. Jehovah's Witnesses sentenced to prison for extremist religious activity in Russia. Liberty University sued over alleged whistleblower firing in school sex abuse probe. KIV, Alabama governor, directs agencies to ignore federal COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Josh Gottheimer's obstructionist crew raised millions during showdown with Nancy Pelosi. Parents reported to child services for keeping unvaccinated kids home. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Menu planner, 1 pot taco beef and rice is economical and delicious. 2 killed, 3 wounded, Monday in Chicago. Horoscope for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. 16-year-old critically hurt in East Garfield Park shooting. The true cost of COVID-19. DeMar DeRozan prevents late-game meltdown, keeps Bulls unbeaten at 4-0. Leiden Township woman charged with killing newborn child. Missing ISU graduate student Jelani Day drowned, coroner. Judge lifts gag order on police union president, refuses to extend it to other union officials. Man charged with murder in West Town fatal shooting. The next headlines are from the Times of India. T20WC, why Indian fans will be hoping Pac beat NZ. Dangerous store on Amazon, smart TVs at 30% off. 67th National Film Awards, Kayana, Rajinikanth win laurels. Corona letter, biologically hopeful of vax roll out by November end. Aryan Khan denies all connection with Prabhakar sale. Quick edit, IPL's 14 seasons encapsulate 3 new trends in cricket. Medical conditions that can cause hair loss. An NIS connection to Aryan's drug case, all you need to know. NCP's Malik vs NCB's Wankhede, a personal feud in Aryan case. T20WC Hive, Windies off to cautious start versus Say. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Cold fronts to finally cool Houston down for fall. Reliving the Astros win over Boston one last time. 4 thoughts on the Astros in the World Series. Things to do, Ready Set the Night on Fire Doors memoir by Robbie Krieger with Jeff Alulis. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Cardinals smother Texans in the desert, 31-5. Things to do, Paula Poundstone makes debut at the Grand 1894. The next headlines are about world records making news. Blackpool and Preston pair break world record for furthest 24 hours vehicle pull, Blackpool Gazette. GTA Spano sets the world record for fastest Lego model, Karen bike. Turkish diver Sahika Erkuman breaks world record in Antalya, TRT World. Turkey's Sahika Erkman dives to 100 meters for new world record Daily Sabah. Oman-based Rubik Wizard aims to break world record, Zoya. 10 fascinating Guinness World Record flights, Samchui.com, Samchui. 2021 World Series bold predictions, unlikely MVP for the Braves, record for the Astros and more, CBS Sports. Usain Bolt top speed, records and titles, Vittel Mango. Olivet coach breaks world record, The Echo. 1/8 scale GTA Spano just set world record for fastest Lego model, Motor 1. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Facebook deletes video from Brazilian president who falsely said vaccines give people AIDS. Marvel considered Guardians of the Galaxy shorts prior to original movie. Britain wants to use its new cyber command to hunt ransomware gangs. A new Star Trek, Prodigy clip highlights one of Starfleet's most important qualities. Why? The Last Man just set the table for an epic finale. Microbes might make it easier to produce rocket fuel on Mars. Aquaman's James Wan was secretly working on a Black Manta movie. Blue Origin wants in on luxury space real estate. Eros mesh Wi-Fi routers will soon play nice with your other smart home stuff. Dune Part 2, what can we expect from the sequel? What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Windermere in Australia at 106.52 degrees Fahrenheit or 41.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 75.82 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 59.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. iOS 15.1 brings delayed SharePlay feature to iPhones and iPads. Tesla pulls full self-driving update after sudden braking spooks drivers. Viewing website HTML code is not illegal or hacking, professor tells Missouri governor. Resident Evil 4 VR analysis, use SideQuest to access what Facebook denies you. Full revelations from the Facebook papers. Apple TV Plus releases trailer for South Korean sci-fi thriller Dr. Brain. No, Pfizer scientist denies Holmes' claim that Pfizer endorsed Theranos Tech. Mac OS 12 Monterey, the Ars Technica review. Samsung tablet leak shows notch display, just like in the new MacBook Pro. Florida Surgeon General refused to wear mask to meet senator with cancer. The following headlines are from Raw Story. The Klan's racist legacy taints a Kansas school, but students have set an example for us to follow. Scammers are using fake Facebook job ads to steal people's identities. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch, Maddown mocks neo-Nazis bankrupted by legal fees. GOP mega donor gives staggering $10,000 to small town council candidate. Analysis finds COVID-19 was the leading cause of death in Arizona. Senate's corporate Dems blamed as Texas governor approves rigged voting maps. The Liberty Way, how the Falwell-founded university discourages and dismisses students' reports of sexual assaults. Nancy Pelosi officially notifies U.S. Attorney of Steve Bannon's refusal to comply with subpoena after calling for him to go to jail. Trump's shocking pressure campaign to get Pence to overturn the election. Anti-masker gets punched in the face after shoving fellow customer during angry tirade. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Joe Manchin's blatant conflict of interest might have a silver lining. CBP significantly reduced punishments for employees who joked about migrant deaths on Facebook. I played this climate change game, and lost everything. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Are we on the verge of chatting with whales? Hack Hey magazine. Alien false alarm, extraterrestrial radio signals turn out to be human, The Guardian Australia. 2021, a hypersonic space odyssey, Mint. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Delix Therapeutics announces appointment of Dr. John Crystal to Scientific and Strategic Advisory Board, WWNY. Aptinix to report third quarter 2021 financial results on Tuesday, November 9, 2021, Business Wire. Rats in VR maze provide insights into how hippocampal neurons learn and remember, genetic engineering and biotechnology news. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, October 26, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Former Pentagon official talks UFO occupancy and biological samples. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, October 26, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.